basically just slow riding using clutch, throttle and brakes. And I always say do a figure of 8, just so we've got turns both ways, so it's going to be a bit of a balancing exercise as well. So I don't know how much you guys know, but I'll sort of go through everything with whether you know it or not. So first thing, most important thing is the clutch. So most of the top riders have one finger covering the clutch all the time, and that gives you the ability to grip the bar as well. So most of your control does come from the clutch. You think you can open the throttle wide open with the clutch a lot, you know, you might find yourself starting to tire a bit, so either just have a rest, you know, stretch your arms out a bit, or you can alternate. Sometimes I do it as well if I'm really tired in an event. And there's an easier bit of track, I switch to 2 fingers on the clutch just to give my hand a bit of a rest and try and recuperate a bit. So front brake, 1 finger on the front brake again, but obviously you're just on and off with the front brake whenever you need it. And then I'm going to focus on just getting a smooth, finding that biting point really, slow riding, finding the biting point, so nice smooth riding, not too much on and off, because we're going to try and perfect it. If you can perfect it on an easier bit of ground, flat bit of ground here, it's going to make it a lot easier when you get into the gnarlier stuff on the rocks. That's when you're going to have to work a lot harder. So basically, you're going to, yeah, like I say, do a figure of 8. It's about keeping your body centred as well, balanced, stable. It's always better to keep a bit lower on the bike, a bit more over the back as well. So if your weight's on the back end, pushing the rear tyre in for grip all the time, it's going to stop the front digging in at all. So that's sort of the basic philosophy a lot of time in the hard enduros, keeping the pressure on the rear wheel for grip. Affecting your position of your weight, and then biggest problem there is the speed. Some of you just going a bit too fast, just not quite holding it on that biting point really, which is, you know, there you could sort of get away with it, but you're going to make a section in the trees, it's going to force you to be a bit more precise with your speed. And the next step, to start thinking about your line as well. When you've got a series of turns, you're sort of coming in a bit wider, trying to judge your turn to make the next turn a bit easier. So we make sort of a general line, but if you're struggling a bit, obviously you can miss a couple of turns out, but we'll try and stick to a basic sort of route. You're going to go round in and out of these trees here. It's going to, yeah, round here. There's lots of hidden routes and stuff, so you're just going to have to be even more gentle with the clutch and throttle, and obviously keep an eye out for your front wheel, exactly where your front wheel is going to go. When you start to see little obstacles, rocks and logs, you start to think about a line for your front wheel and a line for your back wheel, because obviously when you're turning, your front wheel is going wider than the back wheel, which when you get into the gnarly stuff becomes more important, because you want that back wheel on the most solid terrain there is. You don't want it slipping off the side of any rocks, or so it's easier to manoeuvre the front wheel so the back wheel's on a good line. That's what's going to get you into trouble when that back wheel starts spinning off roots and
the throttle,
rocks.
trying to work the throttle a bit. On something really slow riding, you can sort of keep the revs up a bit and just ride it, adjust your speed on the clutch, and that should hopefully stop you sort of stalling it and keep the bike more on an even momentum really.
Second gear, you said?
First gear, yeah. It's a common mistake. Obviously second gear you're going to have to use the clutch a lot more and you'll be just fighting it a bit more, going a bit too fast. First gear you can ride it, be a bit more in control. It's a common mistake to go too fast. You get your toes in as well. Obviously if you're riding a bit like that you're going to be prone to catch your feet on any rocks, and it puts you in a bit of an awkward position as well. So we're going to focus on keeping the weight back as well. So I want you to start feeling it in the backs of your arms. This is like when it starts to get a bit gnarly, but when you want to practice it when you're going on the easier stuff as well, getting into that attack position. So you're going to be low on the bike like that, hanging over the back, your elbows out, so you should be able to feel it on your back and backs of your arms. Obviously it's a hard position to hold, so you should start to feel your legs and your back and your arms starting to tire. So that's an important position when you get into that gnarly stuff. And just hang back, open the throttle.